2 weeks. 14 long days, and not even one phone call. That's how long it's been since Liza left Nigeria for America. And her husband, Chikobi. He hasn't heard a single word from her. No, I landed safely. No, I miss you. Not even a single missed call. Back home in Nigeria, confusion and worry started to spread like wildfire. Her phone would ring, but she never picked up. Family members called, friends called, nothing. Just silence. A heavy, confusing silence. Chikobi loved his wife. He trusted her completely. But now, he found himself sitting alone, drowning in questions that had no answers. He kept thinking to himself, if I knew it would be like this, I would have never let her go. How can someone travel and just forget their own husband and children? She didn't even tell me she arrived. Something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. People tried to calm him down, telling him to relax, that she was probably just busy with school and getting settled. But love doesn't listen to that kind of logic. His spirit couldn't find any peace. He began to pace around his home, his mind racing with terrible possibilities. Maybe she was kidnapped. Maybe she never even made it to the school. Maybe there was something else at play. Something darker. Spiritual manipulation. Charms. Juju. Anything seemed more plausible than her just forgetting him. When you love someone that deeply, their silence can be the loudest, most painful sound in the world. So one morning, with shaking hands, Chikobi decided he couldn't wait any longer. He called the school in America. He explained the entire situation to the person on the other end of the line. They were understanding and promised to check their system and call him back. Days passed. Each day felt like a month. The waiting was agony. Then, finally, his phone rang. It was the school. A representative calmly said, "Yes, sir. Your wife is here. She has resumed her classes. Say, he's fine." Fine? How could she be fine? Fine, but unable to call her husband. Fine, but with no thought for her own children. Chikobi's heart sank. This wasn't the wife he knew. This wasn't the woman he loved. Something had happened to her. Something had changed her. He knew then and there he had to go to America and find her himself. He immediately applied for a visa. He filled out the forms, gathered his documents, and then he waited and prayed. 3 long months later, his visa was approved. 4 months after Liza had traveled, her husband boarded a plane. His heart was heavy. His mind was a storm of confusion, but he was determined to find his missing wife. Meanwhile, in America, Liza was living a life she had only ever seen in movies. She had a beautiful apartment, a brand new car, and a new boyfriend named Robert, a billionaire who treated her like a queen. Robert hadn't wasted any time. As soon as she arrived, he set her up with a luxurious apartment right near her school. Money was no object. It flowed like river water. And slowly, dangerously, Liza began to forget. She started to forget her home. She started to forget her husband. She started to forget the life she once claimed to love so much. She would think to herself, I can't believe this is my life now. Everything changed so fast. I have money. I have comfort. I have freedom. Why would I ever go back to a life of struggle? Chikobi is free to marry another woman if he wants. My own life has completely changed. Every weekend, she would drive to New York City to meet Robert, the man who had completely turned her world upside down. He would be waiting for her outside his lavish home with a bottle of wine, looking like a prince from a fairy tale. He'd greet her with a warm, "I've missed you." She'd reply, "I missed you too." They'd share a hug, a kiss, and then the door would close behind them, shutting out the rest of the world. But while Liza was living in her newfound paradise, her husband was standing on American soil for the first time, feeling completely confused and lost. He had just landed at the airport, luggage in hand, with no idea where to even begin. He didn't know her address. He didn't know where she lived. He only knew one thing, and it was the thought that kept him going. I must find my wife. 4 months of deafening silence. A husband tormented by pain and worry. A wife drowning in a sea of luxury and lies. And now, 2 very different worlds are about to collide in a way that nobody could ever expect. Will Liza be forced to face the man she abandoned? Will Chikobi finally discover the shocking truth behind her silence? Or will America completely swallow the last remaining pieces of the marriage they once cherished? Episode 4 is where the storm truly begins. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.